Friends, if you are going to be selling on Poshmark in 2026, just buckle up because there will be a lot of changes coming your way. And as I always say on this channel, be ready to pivot or quit, like a lot of people are telling me they're going to do. I am not. I'm going to pivot. In this video, let's just get into all the updates. I took a couple of days off from making these update videos, and a lot has already changed. Poshmark is banging out the changes, friends, like huge changes. Just completely getting rid of some things, bringing new things in. Let's jump into it. Before I get into the huge updates, the number one question I get from you all about Poshmark for me personally is one, will I be quitting? No, I will not, unless they kick me off the platform, which I hope they never do. I go live there. I make decent money selling there. I'm not quitting. But number two, what's going on with Poshmark consignment? If you don't know what Poshmark consignment is, I will leave a link to the video down below telling you about the whole program. It's been nothing for me, friends. If you saw my last update video, I had been assigned 5 bags and each one of those sellers canceled the bags, so I never got them. Then you all know I was super excited. I finally got assigned a bag. It was delivered. I got home from work. I went to pick up my delivery and they delivered it to the wrong building. They delivered it like down the street from where I live. So I reached out to Poshmark, and the person who responded to me was a little snooty, basically saying, like, why didn't you reach out to us right away? Can you go to the building it was delivered to? An office building. Can you go to that building it was delivered to and look for it? I said, hold on, sir. First of all, I work. I'm reaching out to you like 7 hours after it says this bag was delivered. I'm sorry, I'm not just sitting at home all day waiting for this thing to be delivered. 2, and I did word it like this with a big bold 2, I went to that office building and they don't know where it is. I showed them, oh my gosh, there's a plant fly in here. If you know, you know my saga with these plant flies. I live in a small jungle. We have 5 Christmas trees and like 10 million plants in here. So I don't even know if you all can see it. I always see it when I'm filming, but then when I'm editing, it doesn't even show up for you all because there's so many lights. I'm like, why did I even bring it up? They didn't even see the fly. And they were like, yeah, because when they delivered my bag, they showed a picture, which the person should have known. He took a picture of the receptionist at the building with the big Poshmark bag. It's delivered by Uber, if you didn't know. And they were like, well, that receptionist went home for the day, so we can ask her tomorrow, but there's a new receptionist and she doesn't see it. It's not in our package room. So I don't know what happened to the bag. I went there once. I was like, this is not my job. And I told Poshmark this. I'm sorry, but I went there once. This is not my job to scout it out. So then another Poshmark agent told me that they would have Uber pick it up from that office building and bring it to me the next day, and they never did. And now I just got a notification. The only reason I'm telling you all this is because I just got a notification that they're picking the bag up. Where are they picking the bag up from? I don't know, because I never got it. So my experience with Poshmark consignment, not so great so far. So I'll keep you posted if I ever get a bag. I promise you all, I'm not going to do a dedicated video on it unless I actually have the bag in my hand. I'm just going to throw in the updates for Poshmark consignment in these videos. Sorry to those of you that don't care about Poshmark consignment, but I know a lot of you do. I'm not going to do a dedicated video, like I said, until I literally have the items in my hand, because I just don't, it's not worth it, you know? So that's what's happening with Poshmark consignment. It's been a mess for me. So on to some really big Poshmark updates. Posh Party Live is gone. They got rid of it, and then they said, hey, do you want to give us any feedback about it being gone? So if you don't know what it was, Posh Party Live, I had to look it up because I actually didn't really know very clearly what it was. Posh Party Live combined the older Posh Parties, which is, you know, themed based item sharing events, with live selling format of their Posh shows. So sellers and hosts doing live show style broadcasts, while shoppers joined a curated party of listings and live auctions. So an example, on June 13, 2024, Poshmark announced the Posh Party Live. Oh wow, it launched pretty recently. So it launched June 2024 as a virtual shopping event where buyers and sellers could participate in real time, live video plus themed listings. The concept for sellers was that you could share listings to that themed party, or you could host or participate in live shows tied to it. Oh, okay. Actually, I do know what this is. So I did go to a Posh Party Live put on by Poshmark, where it was one of their employees that was sharing anyone's listings who applied for that category. So like the one I went to, I actually sold a Chanel wallet in this one. I think I told you all about this. This was sometime like end of 2024. It was the Poshmark employee, and she said, we're going to open up the tray. If you have a luxury item that you're willing to start at $3, we will auction it for you. And they had like 1,000 people in there. So I submitted my item. Even if you submit your item, you may not get picked. I mean, they had so many people in there. The chat was moving so fast. Surprisingly, she actually selected my Chanel wallet. I started at $3 and it didn't sell for as much as I would have liked. That wallet retailed for $1,300. I think it sold for like $220, $240. So I know that was a Posh Party Live, but I had never gone to a Posh Party Live put on from someone that wasn't a Poshmark employee. If you have, let us know in the comments down below. Did you like it? Did it help you make sales? That was the only one I had ever really been to. I had attended a couple that were put on by Poshmark, but I'd never gone to one put on by anyone else. So if any of you have experience with it, let me know. I don't even really go to the Posh parties or share into them. I just look at them because Poshmark themselves have told me, and I don't know how true this is going to be in 2026, but the themed parties and the brands that they put in there are the top selling brands on the app at that time. So it's a good place to do like some research. I have always learned new brands from those parties. I'll just look at the brands and what people are sharing if I have some free time. I don't make it like a thing on my calendar, but it has been informative. So that's all I do. I don't like share into them or anything. So they are gone, friends. They just got rid of it this weekend, and they put like a little banner on my notifications saying, hey, like, you want to give us feedback about it being gone? Which, you know what, I'm not going to complain. It's nicer if they would have said, we're going to get rid of it, probably give us your feedback before we get rid of it. Again, it's not a feature I ever really used. I made one sale from that. And I will say, I did a video talking about this though. When I shared to that Posh Party Live and my Chanel items sold, it gave a ton of exposure to my closet because there were 1,000 people in that party, and I ended up having close to I think it was like a $800 or $1,000 sales day on Poshmark, which is very rare for me unless I have a huge live show. Like, I just don't have, you know, $1,000 sales day in one day on Poshmark. So that was awesome. That was great. So even though I didn't make as much on that Chanel wallet, I still made a profit because I got that wallet from a real estate client. She either gives me stuff for free, which is amazing, or she literally will be like, do you want this Chanel wallet for $20? She says it's her version. She calls me it's her version of charity work. I'm like, whatever, girl. I will be your charity all day. Hey, I have no shame. You can call me charity. I literally don't care. Some of my real estate coworkers were like, don't you find that offensive? I'm like, absolutely not. I will take her charity. She can say it. I don't care. It's charity. Write it off, ma'am. I give it to me. And she does. So not only did I make a good profit on that wallet, even though it didn't sell for as much as I wanted to, but it gave me a ton of exposure. So then I started thinking, why have I not been attending only the ones put on by Poshmark and trying to share my listings to them? And if they sell it, it just gave me a ton of exposure. But other than that, I really don't have a lot of experience with it. So it would have been nice if they, like in the future, if they ask us feedback first and then make the change. But honestly, you guys, I don't think they really care about our feedback. Let's be 100% real. If you are new here, consider subscribing. I upload multiple times a week, and I post these update videos on Poshmark and eBay multiple times a month. We are so close. Let me look. We're so close, friends, to 26,000 subscribers. We are less than 40 people away from 26,000. So if you are watching this video, check if you are subscribed, because sometimes YouTube will unsubscribe you. I don't just post update videos. My last video, I visited, that's hard to say fast. I visited one of the worst rated thrift stores in Los Angeles. So if you want a little sneaky look into that, that was something. I will link that video down below. I'm currently doing a $100 to $5,000 challenge where I start with a $100 investment, and I don't take any outside money, just initial $100, buy items, flip them, and in that series I am not stopping until we hit $5,000 in profit. That episode is going up next. That's episode 4. I've already done 3 of them. We went to a $1 million house in Brentwood, Los Angeles, and we went estate sale shopping. We've been to the bins. We went to a really bougie consignment store. So like if you're into sourcing, you want to see comps, you want to see what things are selling for, I will leave a link to that playlist. That's in a playlist down below. I recommend starting with the first one so you can see each video, how much profit I'm making and what's selling. It's really good. I think it's informative whether you're a brand new reseller or you're a veteran reseller, because I've been doing this for over 10 years part-time, and I'm even learning brands I've never even heard of. I just sold ski pants, never even heard of in my life, bought them for $2, sold for $60. So I will leave a link to those down below. Subscribe. I am here multiple times a week, and I keep it real with you. My motto on this channel is I share the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between about reselling. And I don't think Poshmark really cares about our feedback. Poshmark is focused on making money, which I don't think is a bad thing, right? I know the OG Poshmark people that love the community and the connection are not happy about it. But in the end, if they focus on the money, it should in turn make us more money. Is that going to happen right away? I don't know. We'll see in 2026. If you're watching this in 2026, let us know, how are your sales doing? Or if you're watching right now, let me know. Very slow sales week last week for me on Poshmark. My Poshmark has been like a roller coaster these last couple of months. August was one of my best months I've ever had on Poshmark. Then September it tanked, October it went up, and November has been garbage. So, and I list every day. In November, I have had new listings go live every single day. So I don't know, I'm just along for the ride. I do believe by the way they've been doing things this year, they don't care about our feedback. Because if you really did, you would give us notice of things changing, ask for feedback, take that feedback into account, and then implement the change. And what they've been doing this year is just implementing changes, letting us know. And I think they've heard the feedback like, hey, could you give us notice? Could you maybe disseminate this info a little better? And also, do you even care what we think? So now they're trying to ask us for feedback after the fact. So, And thanks to all of you. This is a huge update. By the way, this shirt is for sale in my closet. It's new with the tags. I didn't even take the tag off. I think you can see. Still has the tag attached. This is very oversized, very soft, comfy. I'll leave a link to the listing down below. I hope I can remember. I wanted to try it on to see if I wanted to keep it because I love oversized sweaters, but it's so oversized that for me, because I have a larger bust, TMI, I don't know, I'm a 34 double D. So when I wear sweaters that are oversized, it just makes me look pregnant. I don't know. Like, I need some more structure, but it's cozy. It's so soft. So yeah, I'll leave a link to it down below. But a ton of you have let me know that you guys were messaging me this weekend, like, have you noticed that you're not getting as many push notifications? And I was like, oh no. So like 5 of you reached out to Poshmark, and apparently they've made some updates to the app and notifications. It just doesn't stop. They're updating around the clock. And it says to help make communication more manageable, they are sending less push notifications. So instead of sending a push notification every time something is shared, liked, they now deliver just one daily digest. It says this update helps to reduce notifications while keeping you informed about your key activities in one place. So I went and looked at my app and I was like, oh yeah, I have all notifications on because I try to respond to offers as quickly as possible. And I just don't look at it all the time. I just clear it and I'll go in and check, like, I don't know, once every hour or two, which I think is a lot for someone who works full-time. Like, I really try to stay on top of it. And I did notice, I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting a lot less notifications. So have you noticed that? Did you guys even know that? That is an update I don't think they make public. They are just changing things left and right. And I know some of you are so frustrated. And I do agree the communication's not that great. Like, we're just finding it out by doing our own research and discovery. And for a lot of you, I am your news outlet for Poshmark and eBay. So I just started staying on top of this stuff because I'm like a nerdy data girl. So that's why I started doing it this year. But then a lot of you were like, thank you so much. Because if you didn't tell us, I would have no idea what's going on. So if you haven't updated your app in a while, you'll notice that. I just updated my app. It told me, hey, you need to update 2 days ago. And I noticed I was getting way less notifications. So if you didn't know that, now you know. And if you haven't updated your app, when you update it, it should be coming. Now, is it different on desktop? Because I always get like 2 comments like, well, Nikki, I can still do everything on my laptop and I still have bulk sharing. That's how I imagine you guys. I'm joking. I'm not being, I'm joking, but there's always like one snarky comment. It's like, why are all these YouTubers giving misinformation? I'm just telling you all what I have learned. Maybe on the desktop it's different. I haven't checked. But on my app, I'm getting like way less notifications. Almost none. I have to like go into the app to see what's going on. Also, a little insider information. When I reached out to Poshmark, or when they reached out to me about the consignment bag being missing and how they were coming to pick it up, I reached out to support. And I had to reach out about a couple of sales, and then the person I was talking to, it was a woman, said that she just offered this info, and I was like, oh, okay, thanks. I'm reading her email. She said, also, thank you for being a long-term seller. Thanks. I'm coming up on 7 years. She said, I wanted to let you know that we will be having a webinar for SEO, which stands for Search Engine Optimization, coming up soon. And I wanted to know if you would be interested in attending. And I told her, sure, absolutely. I'm always trying to get the info for you all. I did ask her, can I share this with my YouTube channel? She was like, yeah, absolutely. I understand now why she said, yeah, absolutely. Because they don't have it set yet. She's like, I don't know when we're having it, but I've been told to start inviting long-term sellers so we can get some feedback from them and let them know like what we plan on rolling out for search and how we want to bring more buyers to the app, which is all great. So I said, absolutely, please notate that like I am interested in coming. So she said I could share it with the group. She said they'll be having it soon and it'll be put on by Poshmark. I always like when I can get info direct from Poshmark to you all, because, you know, sometimes I hear things from other sellers and it's just like people that are trash talking Poshmark because they're upset and the information that they have, it's not always valid. So I try to only share on these updates info I have from Poshmark. So that's coming soon. And I don't know, she did say, she was like, you can share that we're going to do that, but I don't know that you'll be able to share what we tell you in that meeting. We'll see. She was like, that's above, that's like 5 levels above my pay grade. I can't tell you that. I don't know whether or not you'll be able to share that, but I will notate that you are interested. So confirmed, Posh Party Lives are gone. Let us know how you feel about that. Did you ever use them? I personally didn't, other than those times I told you. Notifications, once you update your app, are going to go way down, and that is app wide, and that is confirmed from Poshmark. They're just going to do like a daily digest, which I actually don't mind. You know, I can just, I think, I don't want to speak for all of you, but I think most of us are overwhelmed with just notifications from our phone in general. I can tell you, as someone who has multiple jobs, I work in healthcare, I have my own real estate business, and I do reselling, I am overwhelmed with notifications because I have to stay on top of so much. So I don't mind less notifications, because if I'm not getting notified from the apps I want to be notified from, I can just go and open them, as opposed to my phone just blowing up all the time. So I'm not opposed to that. My email list provider, so if you didn't know, I have a weekly newsletter that I send out. It's linked down below. It's free to join, and as a thank you for joining, I give you a free ebook. It's a 100 brand bolo guide. Once you sign up for the newsletter, I send it to you automatically, and then I only email you once a week. That's always linked down below. That's what they do. They don't send me a notification every time someone joins my newsletter. They just send me a daily digest. So like yesterday, by the way, we're up to 2,100 people on the newsletter, and that's not like just like new people. The bulk of those people have been there since I started the newsletter end of 2024. So thank you to all of you that have been on the newsletter and that stay on it. I appreciate it. So like every day, like yesterday it said 40 people subscribed, 2 unsubscribed, and then that was it. And it was like, this is how many people opened your email. So I don't mind that. That's kind of like what Poshmark is moving to, but instead of email, it'll be in the app. I don't mind. I don't know. You all let me know your thoughts down below. And I do know that they're gonna have that search webinar at some point. When, I don't know. But if I can share with you what they tell me, you all know I will. So subscribe. If you are still hearing my voice and you have not subscribed, why not? It is free. I got a comment the other day that was like, I really do want to subscribe to you and I watch your videos, but I'm just on the fence because your voice kind of annoys me. And I'm thinking, well, you could just turn subtitles on and not hear my voice and subscribe. Okay, so if you don't like my voice, just turn the subtitles on. Go to all of my playlists, turn the subtitles on, and just let my videos play all day. I'm kidding. I want people that actually, you know, that enjoy the content, that want to engage and comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But I was just thinking of her. I did actually respond that. I told her, just subscribe and turn the subtitles on. She laughed. She's like, all right. I was like, good. Listen, I've been doing this long enough that I just let the stuff roll off my back. You can't take it all personal. I share that with you to say, with Poshmark, we're just gonna have to let this stuff roll. If you're going to continue to sell on Poshmark, you just have to pivot and let it roll. We can't control what Poshmark is going to do. We can complain, we can be upset. I don't see the point in it, because they're gonna do what they wanna do. They are a multi-million-dollar company. You could start, I always say though, because people will get mad at me and be like, Nikki, no, we could start our own platform. We could band together. If you guys want to start a reselling platform, I think you should. I don't have any interest in it. Like starting my own app sounds like a nightmare to me, or starting an app with a bunch of resellers sounds like a nightmare to me. I just want to sell on the platforms I sell on and make great money and feed my children and be able to provide for them and pay for my student loans and travel every once in a while. Now, I want to travel a lot, actually. Like, that's what I'm using reselling for. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go with the flow, friends. I'm just going to trust the ride. I'm on the roller coaster. I'm going to trust the ride. But I will tell you, November has sucked. But my hope is, because I'm going to be doing live sales every day this week. I'm filming this the week of Thanksgiving, and I'm doing like Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales every single day. So I'm hoping that can jumpstart some sales in my closet. So I always link my live shows down below. I was thinking of doing Whatnot too, but I think I was like, girl, just get back to live selling consistently, and then you can worry about different platforms. So since I have the most traction right now on Poshmark Lives, I'm gonna do that. So if you're looking for a good deal for like gifts, I have a ton of new with tag stuff, and it's not just gonna be clothing, it's gonna be purses, beauty products. Like, I have a ton of stuff that I'm gonna be selling. I'm gonna start stuff super low, like $10, $15, $20. Like, I have some Givenchy, I'm gonna be starting at $20, Dior, purses. So I will report back. Hopefully my sales pick up. But October was amazing. Like, literally weekly, I was having $2,000 sales weeks on Poshmark in October. And then yesterday, the last 2 days, I have had no sales on Poshmark. That has not happened to me in a very long time. Like, I at least get 3 to 4 sales daily, so 2 days in a row with no sales, but I'm not freaking out. I know they're doing a lot of changes, and this has been my best year on Poshmark. I think in all of the almost 7 years I've sold there. I'll have to go back and check, because that year where I was pregnant and I was doing like 7 live sales a week, that was crazy. That so far has been my best year, but I don't know, I think this year might pass that, and that's with minimal live sales. I just haven't been very consistent this year. So I'll leave a link to my live sales down below. The newsletter is linked down below. The videos I mentioned are linked down below. Subscribe, and I will see you soon. I'll have a new video tomorrow, so I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.